Now, on the other side of the tactics, what do you think about the state of negotiating tactics around this time and how it all kind of worked out here?
Well, again, I found absolutely fascinating. It's something I knew nothing about at all. Margaret Thatcher had been in power at this point for less than a year. She was not firmly in place. She hadn't become the Iron Lady. She was dealing with a really difficult situation in Northern Ireland. There were backbench revolts going on. And in some ways, the SAS embassy siege was the making of her. I mean, its success became a sort of leitmotif for her, for the Iron Lady. This was the woman who was never going to give in to terrorism. But it was really touch and go. And right from the beginning, she had made a decision that she was not going to accede to these gunmen's demands. Her instructions to the police were absolutely clear. She said, you can negotiate with them, you can offer them food, you can offer them cigarettes, you can give them publicity, you can let them, eventually they were allowed to read their statement on the BBC. But she said, not only can we not arrange to release the political prisoners in Iran that they want to be released, they're not going to be leaving this country. They've committed a crime on British soil, they'll be tried on British soil, which was fine, but it left the police negotiators with very little to negotiate with. There was no give and take to be done here. And so in a way, I find myself really feeling for the police negotiators who were really doing their best to avoid this thing ending in an appalling conflagration. But there was a limit to what they could do. There was a limit to how much they could get. And that, in a way, is one of the things that really you feel it ticking through the book, is the tension is rising as it becomes more and more apparent to these gunmen, who are not stupid. I mean, certainly the two leaders. The leader was university educated. He was a clever man. He began to realize that he'd got himself into a situation that was going to end in violence, that he had a choice between abject surrender, which he was never going to do, and bloodshed. And there's a horrible moment when you realize that he has realized that. In a sort of odd way, this is a conversation between an Arab gunman and Margaret Thatcher. There's a strange hidden dialogue going on invisibly between those two people.